Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans, and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist, and internationally published author, helping take your life and your business, your health, fitness, mindset, and body from where you are right now to where it is that you want to be. And today I've been thinking about a great topic for us to talk about, because I think that if our bodies were a used car and you were out looking for a new car, you would say, do you know what? I'm not interested. That is just too much work. It requires too much maintenance every single day for me to want to buy it. I'm going to go and buy something that requires a lot less maintenance. And I think for many people, when it comes to your health and wellness, you think about, wow, is this such a grind in being able to go forward every day with the best fitness you want, your best strength that you want, the look that you want, the inner health that you want? Is it just too much? Is the grind just too much for us to take? Well, I think the reality is there are going to be times where you just think, man, do you know what? I just need a day off. I just need to rest. I can't be bothered doing that today, that workout, whatever. But what you need to appreciate is this. If you want a higher level of success in any area, it's going to require work, and it's going to require more work than most people are prepared to put in. But there is some really good news here, because I wanted today just to outline to you some of the basic things that you can be doing every day, so that perhaps we can break down those walls that you may think, man, this is such a grind. I'm not getting anywhere. Now, in the area of work that I spend most of my time, it's around coaching people for the ultimate health and wellness that they want. For some people, it's about weight gain, to gain more muscle. Some people, it's about weight loss, because let's face it, most of the population around the world is either overweight or obese. So they're wanting to change that, because they're seeing that, well, normally where it shows up is they don't like the way that it feels around their body, and they're sitting down and how their tummy feels and stuff. But it may be showing up medically for them in a way that they don't really want to see either. And so they feel like, okay, I've got to make a change here. They're tired. They don't have the energy. They're not as focused as they used to be. They just don't feel good about themselves. It can have an impact on their libido and the energy that they're not bringing to the bedroom. And that's a really important part of our lives as well. So when it comes to all of these things, it can become really overwhelming sometimes to think, wow, how do I achieve this? Because when I first see somebody, often they have been overweight their entire life. And they might be in their 30s, their 40s, or even their 50s and beyond. And so I've just always been this way. But something has happened where they've said, I need to change this now. They've got to that point where it's like, I'm in so much pain now. I absolutely want to change. I'm ready to change now. And then they do the work. But it's never as much work, perhaps, as they first think, because we create these things. Our mind is a really clever thing, isn't it? It's also can be our enemy sometimes, because we can create stories for ourselves as to why things are much harder than they really need to be. When it comes to your health and wellness, there's some really simple things that you can do on a daily basis, so that it's not going to feel like, man, this is such a grind, it's wearing me down. So let's get to the detail. I think the main thing is to come up with a plan. We all need a plan. And this is why people come to work with me, because it's about a workable plan for you. Because I could have 10 people standing in front of me, and it could be 10 different plans. It could be 5 plans. It could be the one plan. It just depends on who's standing in front of me. But history would tell me that every person is slightly different. We've all got different schedules. We've all got different stresses in our lives. Some have kids, some don't. We've all got different metabolisms. We've all got different driving forces from within us that determine how quickly we want to get to some particular place. Some people, it's about lifestyle. Some people, it's about, I just want to look good in a bikini in Bali. And that's in 3 months' time. So, okay. So we're all different. We've got to come up with a workable plan. But I'm going to give you some principles in how I work with people to work out what could be implementable easily for you. And the first one is, you've got to have a plan, right? You've got to have that plan that is involved you scheduling out time every week for when you're going to exercise. My formula for success is 3 strength sessions a week. So that's in the gym. You can't see it right now, but I'm actually standing in in my studio here, lifting weights, building muscle, getting that lactic acid burn in the muscle 3 times a week for most people, unless you're a lead athlete, and we've got different programs for you. But for the average person, it's 3 days a week. That's what I do myself. And I consider myself like a high performance athlete. I just don't compete. But I'm pushing myself really hard through those 3 workouts. The other days, so 7 days in the week, the other days, do a bit of cardio. Okay. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 15 minutes. It could be 20 minutes. Okay. Where I am in my schedule right now, I do 3 days of just walking, fast walking, and it's 25 minutes for me. That's it. I do it on a treadmill. That's all I do. I don't do super high intensity interval training, that HIIT training. I don't do that. I don't enjoy it. So I'm never going to do it for a long period of time. I could do a couple of sessions, but I don't enjoy it. So I would rather do things that I really enjoy. What do I enjoy? I enjoy walking. So what is it for you? Maybe it's going outside, doing for a walk. It's winter here at the time of recording this, so I tend to do most of it indoors on my treadmill. It could be on a bike, a cross trainer, a rower. You could be out in the pool. You could be, whatever it is for you. You've got to find those things that you really love, because the key is when I'm setting somebody up for success, it's about how can we get you to be successful for the rest of your life. So I'm not going to give you things that you don't enjoy. It doesn't make sense. It's like coming up with that strength program that suits you. I've had some clients that they have to do all their workouts outside. They hate doing it inside. So, okay, well, here's the things that you can do. What equipment have you got? What can you carry to the park? What can you easily do, even if you're doing it outside? What have you got access to? And then we build a program around that. Some people have to do it indoors and they don't have any equipment. So we say, okay, so what can we work with what you've got? Some people can only do it at a gym. So, okay, well, we're in lockdown at the moment. Is your gym open? What's your gym got access to? I get people to shoot videos and send me pictures of the equipment and that's in there. So I can say, okay, yeah, that's a fairly typical gym. I can create a program like this for you. That's working out the time that you've got to work out. That's another one. So if you're doing a home workout and you don't have someone to hold you accountable, which is the main reason people come to see me, they want accountability. But if you don't, I say aim for around a 30-minute workout. That's doable for you 3 times a week, even 20 minutes. I do some workouts for people that are 10 minutes. They're scalable from 10 to 20, even up to 30 minutes, because we want to set you up with a routine. Okay. So I've said those 3 strength session days. The other days, you could do a little bit of cardio, okay? Don't go too hard, too fast, maximum 20 minutes, and just find the things that you love. Start out with 3 days a week if you want. Have a day of complete rest, but schedule them in your calendar. That's how you need to be successful. Put them in your calendar. When do I do my walks? First thing in the morning. When do I do my cardio? When do I do my strength sessions? I do them Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sunday. I set it up that way so that I only need to do 2 through my working week, even though I do work on a Sunday, but I don't have client commitments. I do 2 through the week. And then on the Sunday, I've got more time. So I do it a little bit later in the morning. My other workouts, I try to do them early in the morning. I don't do my cardio on the same day that I do my strength, so I don't have a clash. I'm not blocking out like an hour and a half of my time or whatever. Most of my workouts that I do, they're around an hour, but I'm doing different training to what most people are doing. So if you're setting this up for yourself at home, I think around 20 minutes for your cardio, if you can do, and if that's too much, depending on where you're coming from, do 10, do 5, and just build on it from there up to 20 minutes. And then just do work on your strength training, maybe 30-minute workout, something like that. Again, we create all of this for you, so it takes the guesswork out. There's plenty of ways that you can come up with your own program, but if you want it done right and what's right for you, then you can come to that and ask, and I'll give you a link here at the end of this. So that takes care of your training. So then the other things that we need to do, the most important aspect is really your food, what you're consuming and what you're drinking. So let's start with the easy part, the water. Average adult needs to drink about 2.6 litres of water a day to maintain a really healthy body. Most people are drinking nowhere near that. Okay, so if you're drinking 600 mils at the moment, half a litre, 500 mils, increase it. Okay, get it up to a litre, then to a litre and a half. And some of you mightn't be able to get beyond a litre and a half for whatever blockage you've got in your mind that you can't drink more than that. But try and just edge it forward. Me personally, I'm drinking between 3 to 4 liters of water a day. I find that keeps me hydrated, helps flush out the toxins, keeps me fuller for longer. I just feel better for it. Like right now, at the time of talking, normally I have some water with me. I don't right now. I'm a little bit dehydrated. How can I tell? I'm getting dry in the mouth. That's early signs of dehydration. So we tend to not notice that we're dehydrated until we're thirsty, and that's you're already dehydrated. So I have a drink bottle by my desk. Every time I take my hand off the mouse, I'm having a sip. When I'm in my studio, if I'm coaching people, then I've got one, I'm having it multiple times throughout a session. So you're just gradually getting through it through the day. I don't use a glass of water because I find that you lose track. If you use a drink bottle, I find it's a little bit easier. Mine holds 800 mils. So that's that on the water. In terms of your food, I believe in 5 to 6 meals a day, highly nutritious ones, okay? The more plant-based food that you can eat, great. I am not vegan. I'm not vegetarian. I eat lots of plant-based food, but I also eat lots of like things like chicken, fish, red meat, whether they come in the form of beef, whether they come in the form of lamb, things like that. Getting the right amount of protein in per meal is really important. We need to spread it out through the day. I'm not going to go through in detail here, but if you focus on getting 5 to 6 highly nutritious meals in during the day, about 2 to 3 hours apart, I just wanted to leave you with some basic information there, okay? So that you can be focused on getting some protein into your diet, getting in your chicken, your meats, and so forth. If you're vegetarian, get in your vegetarian option, get in plenty of plant-based food, get in a little bit of high energy food. So that's like your rice or your breads or your pastas, your grains, your potatoes, that kind of stuff. And think about, in terms of portion size, say 2 to 3 cups of vegetables, say half to a full cup of, pardon me, your complex carbohydrates, so your rice and your grains and your pastas, etc. And to use an analogy of your hand, cut off your fingers, okay, and about the size of the palm of your hand for the size of the portion of that. That's just a basic rule of thumb. And doing that throughout the day. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a couple of snacks in there, okay? Just make them good ones. So the key here is to program yourself so you're doing those things every day. Okay. Just like there'll be things, if you're running a highly successful business, for instance, you need to be doing them every day. And you come in some days and you say, oh man, I want to shut this airline today because I'm sick and tired of running it. No, you keep pushing through no matter what is going on in your business. You have the support around you to make sure that if you are having a down moment, you've got that support team that can fill in the gap that you're perhaps leaving, or you can delegate or whatever. Okay. So we need to be able to look after ourselves every day to the best possible capability. Okay. They're sort of the basic things. Sleep is the other one. I want you to be getting at least 6 hours of sleep a day. I find I can operate well on 6. I work better on 7. If you can get 8, then even a bigger bonus. But I start to think about how that chews into my day, and I want to use that time. So 6, I can operate quite effectively. 7, I feel a lot fresher if I can get 7 hours, which means really going to bed a little bit earlier. I like to get up early and get stuck into my day. So they're the basic features of what you need to be doing every day. It doesn't have to be rocket science. It doesn't have to be difficult. But if you don't do these things, it shows up in a way that you will not like in maybe not now, but maybe 10 years, it may be 20 years, it may be 30 years. History seems to show that we can abuse our bodies, so to speak, for about 30 years to 50 years before it starts to show up in a way that we really don't like. What am I talking about? I'm talking about heart disease. I'm talking about cancers. I'm talking about mental illness, the impact that it has in terms of depression because of whatever's going on for you, the way that you look at yourself, the lack of energy, the lack of focus, the lack of drive, how you feel about your body. There's so many different things that add to our mental illness, and certainly the way that we show up each day has to be part of that. How do I know that? I've spent the last 33 years working with people that are in positions that they don't want to be in, and they want to change it. And when you understand what's going on and what's taken them so long to reach out to me to get that change, you start to get a real understanding of what's going on in people's lives. We've all got stuff to deal with. But if you can do these simple things daily and weekly in terms of your workouts and your cardio and stuff, it doesn't have to be as hard as you think. You don't have to train as hard as I do. You don't have to be an elite athlete. You don't have to thrash yourself every time you step into the gym. You don't have to just eat raw vegetables or salads and things like that. If you saw the food that I eat, you would be like, holy crap, let me at it. That is amazing. I love the food that I eat. I love food. I love flavors. It's just about the different decisions that I make along the way so that I can show up each day in the way that I do. And often the thing that often people don't notice is energy. Okay, because you can't feel energy. You can't see energy, I should say. In some ways you can, because you can say, wow, you're showing up with a lot of energy today. But I mean, it's not something you can physically see. So if you have never felt energized before, like imagine you're here, but your potential is here. You've got this gap, you've never seen it, but you're always operating here. You don't know any different. So if I ask you, what's your energy like? And you might say, oh yeah, I'm really tired all the time. Or you might say, no, my energy's okay. But you don't know what's different, okay? When you get the change to that energy, it lights you up like you've never been lit up before. And that is really incredible. That's one of the greatest gifts in taking care of yourself each day. It's the energy. So we've got the energy. Let's just say that we've got that energy. Boom, we've got it into your body. What does that mean? It means more of everything. If you've got more energy, you can do more of everything. You can drive more sales in your business. You can be a better delegator, a better manager, more creative. You can be a better, in my case, like a dad, a better parent to your kids. You can be better for your partners, all your relationships, your coaching relationships. I want to be the best version of myself every single day. And I'm always looking for growth opportunities, whether that be in my mindset or whether it be in something that I'm learning or whether it be something that is coming my way in terms of here's an opportunity to improve my health. I have my own strength and conditioning coach because I'm looking to make improvements all the time. This is my number one value in life, my health and fitness. And when you do that, you start to look at things differently. I've never had more, I'm just turned 53. I've never had more energy in my life than I do right now. And it's because I've gotten smarter with the way that I take care of myself and the way that I work out and, fill myself with highly nutritious foods and supplements. But I'm the oldest I've ever been, but I'm the healthiest I've ever been, inner and outer. I look better than I've ever looked before. And I have more energy than I've ever had before. I made a decision a few years ago, about 3 years ago, where I said, I don't want to live a life where I can't do something because of an injury, because of my health and wellness, because of anything to do with something that I've got control over. Now, can cancer just come your way no matter what? I mean, there's a lot of cancer in my family. Both my parents have passed away, or my grandparents have passed away. Stroke, heart disease, diabetes, the whole range of different things in there. My mum passed away at 66. That's 13 years from where I am right now. My dad passed away at 77. That's 24 years from where I am right now. Is there a high propensity that I've got to a gene issue? Maybe. Who knows? We don't know how we're going to end up. But what I do know is that I can control how I show up each day. And I'm determined to live my best life. I'm the healthiest person on my family tree that's ever been. I can keep showing up that way to live my best life. Whatever else happens, happens. But it's not been because I haven't taken care of myself. Showing up with the energy, being able to connect with people that, like you, that are watching this right now every day. That needs energy, that needs focus, that needs drive. We can make this place a better place because you're here and the way that you show up. So some simple tips here. Yes, if you're a used car, you might walk by, but I see the potential in you and say, yeah, there's only a bit of a cut and a polish and a vacuum and maybe a tune of an engine, and you are what I want to be driving around. That sounds really wrong now, the way that I put that, but you know what I'm talking about. So if you want a done-for-you solution, then you can come to me. Go to the mentaltoughnessandbodyshow.com, opt in for that free consultation there, and let's start a conversation. We can work out what are the gaps that you need. Some people need full accountability, and we've got a bunch of different programs where you can have fortnightly, weekly, monthly accountability. Some people just come and see me once off. Some people see me on an ongoing basis multiple times a week. It depends on what you need, what you want. We'll find you a solution to help take you from where you are to where you want to be. Stay safe, everybody. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Bye for now.